I moved to New York right after high school. I lived in Dallas with my dad, and he used to tell me every day how stupid I was, and no matter what I did, it was literally like in his Jamaican voice. Oh, you idiot. You fool. I was hearing this all the time. So I decided I was going to go to New York. I had no idea what else I was going to do in New York. I didn't have a plan, didn't have any like goals or nothing. I was just like, I'm out. I think New York was like my Disneyland. Dreams come true here. It's the big city. So I went. I have an aunt that lived there. And so I decided I'm going to crash with her for a few weeks until I figure out what I needed to do. And I'm telling her some of my goals and dreams and some of the things that I want to accomplish. And she goes to me, none of that's going to happen. Um, that doesn't happen for Black people. And I mean, that shit just tore me to pieces. You're never going to be successful. You're never going to be wealthy. You're never going to do good in business. The best thing you can be is a nurse, actually. But you should even go for that. You should go and be a CNA or a occupational therapist. And no offense to anyone who are in these professions, but if someone is telling you their goals and dreams and you're telling them that they will never reach it, I mean, that's really bad. So I dropped out of college. I was like, why am I going? Like, why am I even doing this? I started working in TGI Fridays. So that's where I worked. And I ended up working there for years, and I think like 5 years of my life. Again, no offense to anyone who's a waitress, but there are a lot of people with a lot of potential that can do more with their life. I feel like waitressing and jobs like these are stepping stones, and you should definitely use them as stepping stones. Like, use it to pay your bills while you're going through college, or use it to as a backup for something. But just to be doing that with no goal, no plan, like that was me. I got my own place. It was a nice little place. I ended up getting evicted because I couldn't afford it. I got a car, a Honda. It was a Honda Accord, and I knew nothing about cars. I just walked in a dealership by myself or willy-nilly. Didn't educate myself about car buying, the process, contracts, or anything like that. And guess what? I got ripped off. So ended up with a really high car payment for absolutely no reason. And my car got repoed. Man, it was terrible. That's why I stand here right now. And I'm telling you, no matter where you are, you can change that. You can change that. Anyway, did I tell you I got fired from TGI Fridays? Oh my God, I totally did. So we would make tips on parties of 6 or more. But if it was 2, 3, or 4 people that was dining, it's all up to them. And a lot of people would not tip. I added a tip to a couple of the tables, and I wasn't the only one. Everyone did it. All the servers did it. But it's just like something we had to do to kind of survive. And turns out one of the tables complained on me, and they fired me. At that point, I was so mad because I was like, what am I going to do now? I can't even go to another place and say that I got fired, because then who's going to want to hire you after that? Turns out, though, that I ended up getting a job in a restaurant. It was actually a better restaurant because it wasn't a chain. It was a restaurant in the day, and they would have parties at night. On Friday nights and Saturday nights, it would turn from a restaurant into a club. So I started making pretty good, consistent income. I think that being fired was a blessing. And I was devastated when I was fired, but I ended up getting a better job in a better situation. So that is to tell you that sometimes something happens that is just so bad, and it just makes you so upset and angry. But it's a higher power, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, interjecting and resetting for you and forcing you on another path. So anyway, that place ended up going out of business. And then I ended up getting another job in a even better restaurant. So now it's like stepping stones. Where you are right now could be just a stepping stone for something better. It's not the end. It's not the ultimate or your destination. So I landed. I'm back in New York. I'm about to take a shuttle and go to my car. But back to the story. So in 2015, I started dating a doctor. He's actually Nigerian. We actually dated for 3 years, and we had many, many, many conversations about life and about purpose and about what we're doing. And he's the one that suggested that I went to nursing school. We also talked about me going and being a doctor, but it would have taken a minimum of 8 years versus being a nurse. I could do 2 to 4 years. I went the nursing route, but he believed in me so much, and he thought I had the mental capacity and the personality and the drive to do it. Ironically, a few years later, my aunt asked me, "So why is it that you never became a nurse when I told you to, but now you're a nurse?" And I had to explain it to her, and I said, "Well, you made that the cap. You made that. I don't know if you could do it, but if you do, that is all you could ever do." On the contrary, when I was speaking to the person I was dating at the time, he made it seem like this is nothing for you. Like, you can totally do this. This is a solid foundational decision with which you can then piggyback and do other things. He explained to me what nursing was and that it was just such a great career, very rewarding, and it will give me the purpose in life that I was looking for. If I wanted to just be a nurse, I could be a nurse. However, if I wanted more, I could do other things with my life. I could also even move from that and go be a CRNA and go into anesthesia. I could go and be a doctor of nursing practice, which is most likely the route that I'm going to go. And so it was never like, oh, all you can be is a nurse if you could ever get there. It was more like, you have the personality to be a nurse. Like, this will totally be in line with who you are. And I think you can do it easy. And then after that, you can do whatever else you want. If you want to have a business, if you want to have anything else. So I think that a lot of us are just conditioned to think that we can't really do it. Like, if you want more in life, you probably have that itch. You probably just know that there's something out there, like whatever you want to do. Is it that YouTube channel that you want to start? Is that business that you want to start? Like, whatever it is that you want to do. And it's that one thing that's keeping you back. Sometimes it's not even us. Sometimes just other people putting doubt in our heads that we can't do it. And I'm telling you, you can do it. I strongly believe that we can all change what we need to change. The sunrise this morning had me thinking about how we get the opportunity to reset. The concept of resetting life is something that I've been doing that has been helping me. I think that a lot of the answers that we need are right in front of us. I genuinely feel like no matter where you are in life and no matter what's going on, you can always change it. So tomorrow will be a new day, and with tomorrow comes a new opportunity for a reset. So whatever it is that you are wanting to do, whatever goals you have, whatever you want to do with your life, let's start. Let's make a plan. Let's take many steps. Let's start somewhere, anywhere, as long as you start. And let this concept of reset be something that you use to inspire you. Like, if you're not where you want to be right now, just change it. Just do something different. Look something up. Read something, and take many steps, many changes. Let's make the best of tomorrow. Okay. So I'd like to know below, what are you gonna do tomorrow? After watching this video, what's the first thing? What's the step that you're gonna take, and how are you gonna reset your life? Flight attendant just told me that NLE Chopper sat in my seat as, like, right before me, as the flight was going to Jamaica, right before me. So that's pretty cool.